Explore the captivating world of The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. Divided into two parts, it shares tales of charismatic figures and the strategies they use to charm. Dive into our 35 video episodes, showcasing Greene's methods for cultivating an irresistible allure. In episode 12, we explore a pivotal concept from Greene's narrative: the art of selecting the right target to pursue. Greene posits that indiscriminate pursuits often yield fleeting victories devoid of depth or fulfillment. To truly savor the thrill of seduction, one must meticulously choose their target, understanding the nuances and motivations at play. With the perfect target, the pursuit transforms into a mesmerizing dance, replete with challenges and intricacies waiting to be navigated. The irresistible spark of mutual desire. According to Greene, the ideal victim should possess some indefinable quality that naturally attracts and even obsesses you on an instinctual subconscious level. Perhaps they represent an ideal or taboo that has captivated you since childhood. Maybe their temperament and personality traits are the opposite of yours, creating a bewitching tension. In the novel Dangerous Liaison, the libertine Vicomte de Valmont becomes entranced by the pious Madame de Tourvel. After glimpsing her uninhibited laugh, unaffected charm, and hints of a repressed, passionate nature simmering beneath her modest exterior. Identifying these subtle sparks of desire will make your seductive gestures seem more intuitive, your actions more inspired and dynamic rather than cold and calculated. Your emotions will be genuinely inflamed, which is key to eventually infecting your victim with the same feverish longing. Never discount the power of being seduced yourself before attempting to seduce. The deeper their void, the sweeter your seduction. Greene advises seeking out victims plagued by a nagging sense of dissatisfaction, boredom, or emptiness in their lives, whether consciously or not. These voids make them crave adventure, romance, and the general upheaval that only a skilled seduction can provide. The more severe their unmet needs and insecurities, the more intoxicating your efforts will be. Identify those suffering through recent hardships or upsets, which have left them vulnerable or in transitional periods of their lives. Lonely wives, those emerging from breakups, people distracted by work pressures, or idle youths unoccupied and hungry for experience, all make ideal targets. Your role is to be the exhilarating tonic for their malnourished desires. As Greene states, seducers know that not everyone will be susceptible to their charm, but if they can find a group of believers with a need to be filled, they have supporters who will stand by them no matter what. Dare to desire, the unattainable. Part of what makes the perfect victim so tantalizing is a sense that they are somewhat forbidden, challenging, or seemingly off-limits. While too much unattainability can be prohibitive, Greene suggests finding victims that initially appear just out of reach, perhaps of a higher social class, currently involved with someone else, or projected as sexually indifferent. The highest levels of desire are often reserved for the person we can't easily possess, so playing into these dynamic tensions will fuel your seduction. Casanova was drawn to temporarily unhappy women under the pretense of being their caring savior, while simultaneously seizing the excitement of a lover in crisis. Similarly, Greene cites examples like the demanding mistress of Chinese Emperor Ming Huang, who slyly played on his desire for feminine influence after a reign of enforced austerity. Knowing what self-imposed prohibitions plague your victims will help you become irresistible and worthwhile transgressions. Testing confirms their vulnerability. Of course, before investing your full seductive efforts, Greene stresses the importance of testing potential victims through minor strategic interactions to confirm their level of interest and vulnerability. Look for unconscious telltale signs like nervous blushing, fidgeting, awkwardness in your presence, or copying your gestures. All signals you are having a visceral effect on them outside their control. Follow the lead of Vicomte de Valmont and engineer seemingly innocuous scenarios to gauge their responsiveness, perhaps walking with the victim in a situation that requires physical contact. Notice any involuntary jolts of excitement or apprehension in these contrived circumstances. Only pursue those who reveal their defenses are penetrable with the right, persistent psychological strokes. The thrill lies in the conquest. Ultimately, Greene implores seducers to resist the temptation of easy targets, or those too overtly eager to pursue you in return. There is no satisfaction or personal growth in these simple relinquishments that put up no involving challenge. As he bluntly states, experienced hunters do not choose their prey by how easily it is caught. They want the thrill of the chase, a life and death struggle. The fiercer, the better. The perfect victim is one that still retains certain psychological and sexual reservations to be slowly devoured through the calculated application of seductive tactics, mixed signals and gravitational pulls of pleasure and pain. They should present a worthy adversary to be seduced, not a fawning fan ready to acquiesce at the first feigned romantic gesture. Like a witty verbal jousting partner, the tension and risk of rejection is what ultimately lends the delicious frisson to the final surrender. Scenarios. At a party. Scan the room and observe the guest's unconscious body language. Who seems a bit removed from the action, hanging back slightly with a pondering or wistful expression? That could signal an imaginative loner personality you could captivate. Make initial light conversation to gauge if they respond with any blushing, nervous gestures or over-eagerness. Signs they are interested but trying to mask it. Slightly tease or challenge them in a playful way and see if they seem flustered, rising to the bait. On a dating app, don't just pursue the most conventionally attractive photos. Study written profiles and posted insights carefully. Identify someone whose reasons for being on the app speak to deeper life dissatisfactions, recent breakup, laments about boredom or stagnation, craving of novelty and adventure. In your communications, speak to those unmet needs with intriguing particulars about the excitement and possibility you could bring to their life. Steadily paint yourself as the great adventure they are missing. In a classroom, a good target may be the keener who always arrives early, sits up front, but seems to be overcompensating for something with their eagerness. Some unconscious self-doubt and insecurity likely makes them crave validation. Offer friendly help with small gestures, then punt complicated questions their way to show off their knowledge. Cash compliments so they develop a desire to constantly impress you. Dangle implicit praise and approval as future rewards for their interest. In mastering the art of seduction, according to Robert Greene, selecting the right victim is not just about conquest. It's about the thrill of the chase, the complexity of the game, and the depth of the psychological engagement. By understanding the nuances of desire, vulnerability, and unattainability, you can elevate the seductive process to an art form where each interaction is a carefully orchestrated dance of temptation and restraint. So, as you embark on your seductive journey, remember, true satisfaction lies not in the easy victory, but in the exhilarating pursuit of the perfect prey. Now, something important. Make it a daily habit to learn something truly beneficial that enhances your life. Remember, the content you feed your mind is like nourishment for your brain. Be deliberate in your choices. Otherwise, be wary. Algorithms are often crafted to manipulate your thoughts. Reflect on that. Now, we're excited to announce that we're now welcoming contributions through subscriptions to aid our upcoming projects and bring you exceptional content. Join us by subscribing today.